iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans, tonight to South Carolina. It is the Myrtle Beach Speedway to play host to the next round of the Checkered Flag Always Fly SK Modified Series presented by Red Light Racing. I'm your host up here in the virtual Turn 3 Studios booth tonight. My name is Roger Muse. We are glad to have all the race fans tuning in here tonight for some great racing action. You think about the series, the drivers here tonight that have picked up wins. Well, it's 3 drivers in the last 3 races that have gone to victory lane. Justin McDuff picked up the season opener with the Holy Shirts and Pants 100 at the Five Flags Speedway. Dalton Williamson needed a little overtime at Langley to pick up round number 2. Brian Hacker, a past series champion, picked up the win last week at the USA International Speedway on a late race pass to win that one. The strategy really played out there for Brian Hacker. But tonight, here at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway, the greatest thing when we're here at Myrtle Beach is, well, Myrtle Beach may have closed in 2020, but we will have the privilege to always race here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway, courtesy of the iRacing.com platform. So, tonight, these drivers will give it another go at Myrtle Beach. Last time we were here, Dalton Williamson took the famous number 1 machine, the BK Paints, entry to victory lane. Will he be able to do it again here tonight? Of course, he is towards the front of the field, but looks like all of our drivers have qualified here tonight, and coming in here tonight, and then also picking up his quick time, of course it is the Arts Barbershop Quick Clip Pole Award. Gonna go here to the driver. Well, he says he's out of Compton, but that's really up for debate. It's going to be the newcomer, the driver of that 98, Chris Stump, will pick up the Arts Barbershop Quick Clip Pole Award here in his first ever race with the Checkered Flag Always Fly SK Modified Series. So congratulations to Chris for picking up the Arts Barbershop Quick Clip Pole Award. It is time now, though, that we get ready for the starting lineup. Starting lineup here tonight, of course, is brought to us by our friends over there with the Empire Racing Stables. So this is your Empire Racing team starting lineup here tonight at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. Starting on the front row, drives car number 98 here tonight, making his first start of the season. Chris Stump has that pole. To his outside, last year's winner, the champion, Dalton Williamson, the Rev Esports number 1. Behind him, starting in P number 3 to the inside of row number 2, he drives car number 42 out of Canada. This is Max Terriel. The driver out of New York for the Empire Racing team, the Cerebral Palsy Foundation number 20 of Justin McDuff, will roll off from P number 4. Sean Single out of Ayer, Massachusetts, driving for the Rev Esports Group number 11. He will start 5th. Starting to the outside of him, the driver out of Florence, South Carolina. Florence, there you can hear it in the voice. Car number 23 of Blake Timmons. Starting back in position number 7, driving car number 31 for the Rev Esports deal. This is Michael Trevarthen. Hailing out of North Carolina, driving car number 54 NC. This is Rex Hoyle. Starting back in the 9th position, driving car number 7 out of Spring, Texas. The Raven Graphics number 7, Doyle Lowrance. It's the Six Rings Racing, number 6 of Eric Stout. He'll roll off from position number 10. The driver out of Massachusetts, driving car number 2. This is the Granny Hits, Buckley. Driving car 2 here tonight. He'll roll off from 11. 12th, we'll go to the driver of car number 24. That is John Whitendorf. He will roll from position number 12. Starting 13th here tonight, it's going to be A.J. Hamill in the 18VT Empire Racing Stables car. Starting 14th, the 37NY of Brian Robinson. 15th here tonight will be the 11 Illinois of Brian Hacker. That's going to be Tim Williams. Brian Bianchi back in the 17th spot with the Culpeppers entry. Johnny Bell, the Pittsburgh driver, back here tonight. Brandon Feeney goes 19th, and 20th tonight will be Travis Minto. That's your starting lineup here tonight, brought to us by the Empire Racing Team. As we get ready to go racing, iRacing.com, pace cars off the racing surface, put 100 laps up on the board here tonight. 20 drivers. As we're green here tonight at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Virtually here for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series for Red Light Racing. And Chris Stump will race his way down into turn number 1 as the race leader. Looks like one driver missed the grid as there is still the battle for second. Chris Stump looks like he should be able to come back around here. He should lead lap number 1 here tonight at Myrtle Beach. It'll be Chris Stump out front. Oh, big wiggle there. The 11 of Sean Single going to get into the back of the 20. And it looks like a couple of them going to go around. Sean Single still on the gas there. He will spin car number 20 around. Max Terriot also had gone around off the bumper then, because those cars all got locked together down in turns number 1 and 2. So, first caution flag here tonight, coming out on lap number 2 this evening. 3 cars get locked together. Sean Single, Justin McDuff, and Max Terriot. A couple other drivers sprinkled in there did come to a complete stop to try to avoid tonight's wreck. Well, let's watch it back, though, and see if we can see. Watch the 20 right there. McDuff gets the bumper tag, and then up the speedway he goes into the back of Max Terriot. Sean Single there, and there you see Rex Hoyle, wrong place, wrong time with that Colony Tire and Service Center, number 54 NC. Right on board. There you feel the hit. And around you see the smoke from out in front. See if we can go back here and ride on board with the number 11, Sean Single. There you see, looks like a 3-tap Teddy ruled down there into the corner. And McDuff gets turned back into Sean Single. A little bit of a rough start here. Looking at the drivers that got a lot of damage, it looks like Justin McDuff is still down on pit road. Brian Bianchi did come to a complete stop there. You see the Culpeppers, number 14. He will come back out onto the speedway, the driver out of Massachusetts. Chris Stump still the race leader here as he was out front ahead of all the chaos behind him. Rex Hoyle is actually back running 18th here now, and Max Terriot, he's going to have to come through the field with car 42. I don't know how much damage is really done. You got to also consider that these cars here tonight are open wheel machines. So any little damage to the wheels of these cars, unprotected. Could put a lot of camber built up into these, and at that point we have to see what's going to be the problem later on with the tires. with the green flag coming back out there. Dalton Williamson to the outside, trying to see what he can do on the outside of Chris Stump as they work down the back straightaway here on lap number 7. Got Blade Timmons, the Florence, South Carolina driver, right behind him, the late model driver. But it'll be a lead change at the line. Dalton Williamson will have it at the line over Chris Stump by the front Nerf bars of that number 1. But there comes Stump down on the bottom side of the speedway. A little bit of a wiggle that time. Dalton Williamson trying to hang on to the outside. Blade Timmons is right there to fill the hole if he needed to. Everybody's still out there. Looks like Sean Single did drop to the tail of the field on that restart, so he's back there running in 20th. Caution flag coming out. Rex Hoyle has gone around with Tim Williams. Tim Williams up there on top of the tire. There you see him on the back straightaway. The green flag is actually still out here. Just noticing, I thought the caution flag was coming. Multiple cars down off of turn number 2 there were stopped. So we stay green flag racing here tonight at Myrtle Beach. The iRacing officials said that, well, it was out of the racing groove for the 45 of Tim Williams, so he will go a lap down as he actually had to take the tow back to pit road. The leader, Chris Stump, trying to work to the inside here now. The number 14 of Brian Bianchi. He was just wrapped up in the chaos off of turn number 2. He'll go high in that Cole Peppers entry. Now, one car going around. Now the caution light's going to come on as car 31 here tonight of Michael Trevarthen. Having some problems out there. It looks like Trevarthen rolled down the hill, hit car number 20 of McDuff as he was trying to roll on past. So Michael Trevarthen going for a ride to bring the second caution flag of the evening out here. Take the look. What happened to the 31 right behind him? You see the number 7. That's Doyle Lowrance. Lowrance just did a little bit of a Nerf bar tag there and a real simple solo spin there by the 31. And then fortunately, there comes the 20 of Justin McDuff. He was just trailing the field at the time of yellow. Just trying to roll around the bottom side of the speedway. Watch it as they all come down here into one. Just a little tag there. And around goes the 31. See a lot of drivers down on pit road here under this caution flag. Max Terra, Justin McDuff, Sean Single, all down on pit road. Michael Trevarthen is there also. Travis Minto's down on pit road. Looks like Tim Williams has not been able to pull car 45 back out onto the speedway. Looks like all drivers did return back to the racing surface from that wreck, except for Michael Trevarthen. Travis Minto did have to take a tow to pit road, so car number 19, the F5 IPA entry, is still sitting on pit road here tonight. So a little bit of a rough start here tonight at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. Chris Stump still the race leader. He did have that quick time award here tonight. Blade Timmons picked up 4 spots already. Dalton Williamson down 1. Eric Stout has picked up 6. He is running car number 6, currently sitting there in that 4th position. AJ Hamill, the 18 VT, NY entry. Up inside, he's actually going to take the 5th position because they're going to reshuffle, restack the field here. It does look like the 7 of Doyle Lowrance will go to the back of the field here. He will take the EOL penalty, the end of the line penalty. So we're going back around here one more time before we do turn them loose here. We got to thank each and every one of you fans that are tuning in here tonight, whether you're watching us live tonight on YouTube or if you're watching live over on the Facebook side of things. We thank you for tuning in here to watch some short track racing action. Of course, you see 2 drivers missing off the timing and scoring tower here tonight. Of course, Bob and Rob Higgins are both over the pond, if you will. They have a wedding, so they're over there. I believe it was London or something that they were headed to, so we miss them, but we wish them safe travels, and we hope they have a beautiful wedding over there. Restart coming here with 17 laps will be in the books. The green flag is about to drop. Well, 98 of Chris Stump. Still on the bottom. This time, though, Blade Timmons is the driver on the outside trying to make the move. Dalton Williamson back to the bottom side. Here comes A.J. Hamill in the Arts Barbershop Heat team. He's trying to make the move to the inside of Eric Stout. He will, but the battle for the race lead still continues. There's Chris Stump. To the inside. Blade Timmons still to the outside. Wheel to wheel. Two very accomplished sim racers here battling for the race lead. South Carolina's own Blade Timmons will lead that time by at the line. See all the excess gas coming out of the tailpipes. Oh, Chris Stump going to be turned up into the outside wall. Caution lights are coming in. Stump straight to pit road. So caution lights are coming out as your race leader, Chris Stump, being turned into the outside wall on the back straightaway. So as Chris Stump rolls down pit road here, we're going to have to go back and watch what happened as he'll just roll straight through pit road. Let's watch this back right here, I believe. We can see what happened next time by out of turn number 2. This is the replay here on lap number 19. Does the 98 come up, or does the 20? I don't know. Can't really tell from that angle. A.J. Hamill's going to get a little piece of that action, too. We'll have to go back here and watch it once again, see if we can find a little bit different angle. Let's go from over top here. It's probably going to be our best bet here tonight to see what just transpired off turn number 2. See Stump down low, and oh boy, I don't know. That is a rough one to call. If that's just a rough one right there. Maybe we can tell. The truck says this is probably the last angle they actually have of this wreck. Looks like Stump was down there riding that white line, and I don't know really if he came up at all. I still can't make that call for any of you race fans that are out there. What I can tell you, though, is Chris Stump is now down pit road. He's getting some service done. So, 2 cars out of this race here tonight, and it's going to be Travis Minto and Tim Williams. Remember, Tim Williams was off of turn number 2, sitting on the tire barrier to the back straightaway pits. Looks like Chris Stump is not going to make it out of pit road, so he'll go a lap down. He'll join Michael Trevarthen a lap down here tonight. Looks like your new running order when we go back racing should be Dalton Williamson, Blade Timmons, A.J. Hamill, Eric Stout, and John Whitendorf for your top 5 drivers here. Brian Hacker in the 11 Illinois is sitting back there in the 6th position. That's going to be 7th for the 37 NY of Brian Robinson. The number 2 of Joshua Buckley looks like he's going to line up in position number 8, while the Canadian of Brandon Feeney will go 9th. 10th will go to Johnny Bell in car number 27. After missing last week, Johnny Bell is back in action here with the checkered flag on his Class K Modified Series. Always love seeing Johnny's car out here. Of course, one of those Pennsylvania natives. Of course, he lives on the other side of the state, but we're still continue to call him a native here. Usually once you get past Harrisburg, if you're over here on the east, if you get to the west there, you get to Harrisburg, those guys are west. Dalton Williamson, Blade Timmons, the front row. 25 laps, a quarter of the way into this one. Eric Stout doesn't get a great start in car number 6, but the green flag drops, and we're back to racing here tonight at Myrtle Beach. There you see the 6 of Stout. It looks like he is going to be able to hold on to that 5th position. He's going to lose one spot, restarted in 4th. A.J. Hamill making a move to the inside here on car 23 of Blade Timmons. Side by side for P3 as John Whitendorf works the bottom side of the speedway in car number 24. Missed a couple races due to work, but he is back here with the series, and Looks like he has still brought some very strong equipment here. Eric Stout still got that Six Rings Racing wound up now, so he will actually take back P number 4 over Blade Timmons. Timmons now falling through the field under attack by the driver out of New York. Brian Robinson, one of the longest running members of the SK Modified portion of Red Light Racing. I believe he's missed one race in the last 5 seasons. Talk about dedication from that crew and that team to always be here on a Thursday evening. There you see Brian Hacker also. Hacker's coming to the inside here. Something's got to be wrong with Blade Timmons' car as he is on the outside groove, and that car just does not seem to have the same song and dance underneath the hood. As now he has fallen all the way back to running in the 7th spot here. Had a very quick car to start, and now he's back to running 7th with, well, who is this? This is Brandon Feeney in the brand new paint job for the driver out of Ontario. Oh, Buckley. Maybe dropping a tennis ball there. The number 2 of Joshua Buckley just tagged the inside wall with that Granny Hips Walkers and Canes entry. Look at old Justin McDuff coming back through the field here. Behind him, you see Rex Hoyle and Low Rance out to the outside, just out ahead of him, though. There you see that number 23 of Timmons, and if McDuff can get around Timmons, that'll be for the 9th position. Johnny Bell just to the outside also. Granny Hips just made his way around Blade Timmons, so that puts Buckley up into the 8th spot here tonight. Just out ahead of him, though, is the driver out of Ontario, Canada, the Brandon Feeney entry. He is the biggest mover so far here tonight at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. That's the 2 that are out front, though, right now. It's the BK Feints number 1 of Dalton Williamson, and look at AJ. He is right there, and don't count out Big John right now. He's there also. Talked to a couple of these drivers, and AJ was one of them over the off week, and he was telling me, man, what does he have to do here this season with the SK Modified Series? Last season, it was such a good start, couple wins to start the season out, and then unfortunately, late race restarts here in the first 3 weeks really taking its toll on the mental health side of AJ Hamill because, well, he says he has a car that can compete for the wins, that is for sure, but those late race cautions always put him on the outside groove, and then when you get stuck in the outside groove, you just can't get back down to the bottom. So it was 2 fourth-place finishes at 5 Flags in Langley, and then a very disappointing late race wreck at the USA International Speedway last week. Right now he is running, though, P number 2 right behind Dalton Williamson. Williamson won last season here when we were at the Myrtle Beach. Oh, Waitendorf, something happened there. I saw a little smoke out of the right front tire as he went down into the corner. That car actually missed the groove down in 1 and 2, but he got it all back there going into turn number 3, so he stays right there with that little bit of a breakaway. Still called a 4-car breakaway because Eric Stout is right there also. Justin McDuff, remember we talked about him just getting around Johnny Bell. That would put him into P number 9. Actually, that was when he got around the number 23 of Blade Timmons. That put him in position number 9. Johnny Bell now jumps into that 10th spot. Well, right now, McDuff, who had to start back after that first caution flag tonight, out back in 20th, he has now moved his way tonight. Driver coming back out onto the racing surface, though, the driver out of Florida, Michael Trevarthen, making his way back out. So that'll be, looks like currently, that'll be the 17th car running on the speedway because Chris Stump has not made it back out after taking the quick time award here tonight. This time by to just go 10 laps away from the halfway point home. 10 laps away from seeing the cross flags here tonight. Who's going to lead at the cross flags? Is it going to be AJ Hamill or Dalton Williamson? Maybe it might be somebody like Brian Hacker because he has been turning in some fast laps here the last couple times around. He was actually the 3rd quickest car on the speedway last time by. Check the stripe here. Check the speeds. Look at Granny Hips back there. He's got a hot car here tonight. Checking the times at the line coming in. Dalton Williamson, your fastest car on the speedway. Then it was Brian Robinson. And then Joshua Buckley, actually your 3rd fastest car. There you see old Granny Hips. Brandon Feeney, I think, just may have tagged the wall out of turn number 4 with that retro Mountain Dew number 38 entry. So as Brandon Feeney is sitting there in the 8th position, he has picked up 11 spots here tonight. So he's got a really fast, strong car. He just has to keep it out of the outside wall. And that was creeping on the Beefy Motorsports page over the past week. And as he's going to go down there real close to the turtles. He may have just clipped one of those turtles. Brandon Feeney, he has a Legends car. He runs up there with the Canadian Legends Tour in Ontario. Of course, he has a late model that you see there in his picture. And now he also, I believe, just picked up a truck that he's going to do some racing, I believe, with his truck. On the back of it, he is really big into catering towards kids with his paint schemes. And, of course, Brandon Feeney putting Pikachu on the back of his truck. It's actually a really cool picture. Make sure to go over there to Brandon Feeney's Facebook page if you want to see that. It's pretty interesting. Always picking those bright colors, lightning bolts on the side of his cars. And, well, he needs a lightning bolt right now because old J-Mac is right here. Justin McDuff, as we go on board with our Culpepper's onboard camera. McDuff is here, and he is ready to pounce. To the inside, that Cerebral Palsy Empire Racing number 20 goes for McDuff. Almost a little contact there out of the corner, and looks like Feeney's going to give him a real big charge. Real big run for the money on this spot. That's for the 8th position. McDuff not quite able to get around him before halfway here. Still has a couple laps to try and get it done before halfway home tonight. Nothing's changed out front. AJ Hamill has started to cool off just a little bit. About 2.5 car lengths back off Dalton Williamson right now. Whitendorf has ran him back down. Other than that, everybody really working themselves into a groove here tonight. Does look like Chris Stump in the 98 has officially retired here tonight, so he goes from quick time back to the 18th position. Blade Timmons coming to pit road, the driver out of South Carolina. So Timmons will bring the Eagle 1 Raven Graphics paint job down pit road. Something not well underneath the hood. Dalton Williamson, though, he will see the cross flags here tonight. The Season 4 champion will see those cross flags. Last season, it came down to him really battling with A.J. Hamill, and they're right here tonight, battling at the top of the pylon. Dalton Williamson, A.J. Hamill, John Whitendorf, Eric Stout, and Brian Robinson. How about Mr. Robinson back there? There you see the driver out of New York. The Fanatec sponsor number 37. Of course, last season finally whipped out that black and red paint job here with his SK Modified and has stuck with it ever since. It's a good-looking car. It's real nice, simple, definitely sticks out. And he's sticking out tonight. 9 spots up. Started outside that top 10. Now running in the 5th spot. Has a chance here tonight. If a late caution flag comes out, he'll be there. That is for sure. Hacker just behind him, and Hacker is in a battle, though, because old Granny Hip says, beep, beep, I got to come through. Remember, Josh Buckley had a good run here last season also, but he has a really good car here. He did get into that inside wall, remember, about 20 laps ago with that left front tire, but it does not look like anything really gone wrong with that right front. Still able to hold really good pace. Last time by, he was faster than Brian Hacker. Let's see again. That time, maybe a 1/10 of a second quicker for Brian Hacker, but it definitely looks like Josh Buckley gained it all back through 1 and 2. Just behind him, McDuff and Feeney still going at it for that 8th and 9th position on the scoring pylon. There you see McDuff trying to really roll the outside of the speedway here. Feeney going to go down into the corner, maybe a little sideways for the Mountain Dew Canadian driver. McDuff really trying everything he can right now to get around the 38 of Brandon Feeney. Sean Single just got passed up as Rex Hoyle in the Colony Tire number 54 NC. Just picked up that spot here tonight, so give Rex Hoyle another spot back. It's been a rough night. Sean Single, Rex Hoyle all wrapped up in an early wreck here tonight. as they've been trying to rebound. Just has not been the week for either of those two drivers. Of course, on Monday night, both of them having issues of their own. Maybe a big slide that time by Whitendorf. Getting on the back there are the 18 VT. Mr. Confusion out there, holding that spot. John losing maybe just the sight of where he was trying to turn into the corner. Whitendorf really trying to turn in late and just diamond off that corner. Cut from the middle to the exit and get a great run out of the corner that time, out of turn 2. Right down around the bottom there in 3 and 4. That's where you got to be in 3 and 4. But you want to use all the track, too. Dalton Williamson, your race leader. He'll be closing in on lap traffic. Look like that is the 31 of Michael Trevarthen, so I don't think there's going to be much of a battle there when Dalton does get to that number 31. There you see 31 of Michael Trevarthen. He does the gentleman's agreement rule there, and he just goes high and wide and does not interfere with the rest of the field here. And I don't know how much damage is really done to Michael Trevarthen. I'm trying to really gauge it, and it looks like he is about 20 miles an hour off the race pace. 100 miles an hour down into 1, and maybe about 15 at the end of the straightaways, but that car just absolutely looks a little slow here right now. All that contact that he got pinballed around and made contact with the 20 of Justin McDuff and just has not been able to make any rebounds here tonight. There you see that battle still going. The 11 Illinois of Hacker and the number 2 of Joshua Buckley. Behind them, it's still Feeney and then McDuff, and then it's Bell rounding out the top 10. Max Terrell has worked his way back into the 11th spot here, but it does seem like that car also is down a little bit on power. He's about 1/10 of a second off the race pace of Dalton Williamson right now. He's got Brian Bianchi actually has started to close the gap on him, so Bianchi sitting there in that 12th position with that Cole Peppers number 14, the 14 MA, the 14 Massachusetts back there. And you got Doyle Lowrance, the driver out of Spring, Texas. New colors here tonight, black and neon yellow. Absolutely great underneath the lights here. Abruzzi racewear on the side of his car tonight, coming on board for this event. Brian Hacker and Josh Buckley are side by side. Buckley really going to throw it down into the corner. Will he be able to get around that Narrative Coffee entry? Buckley going to slide a little bit. Hacker keeps his foot in it on the outside. Good battle here on lap number 68, but it does look like Granny Hips is going to get the better of the two. As that battle winds down, the battle right behind them, though. Brandon Feeney, Justin McDuff still doing it. Feeney going to try and hold that Mountain Dew entry down there. We're pretty close to the turtles. You want to talk about running one of your best races. I believe Brandon Feeney is on a good run here tonight. Not just because of his position that he is, but holding off a driver like Justin McDuff is not one of the easiest things, and he has been able to do it here all night long so far. 30 laps to go when he does come back around here. So can he continue to do it? Justin McDuff is going to go to the outside with the Cerebral Palsy Foundation number 20. Feeney going to hold the bottom side of the speedway. Is that outside groove going to work down in 1 and 2, though? Feeney going to come off the bottom side just a little bit. McDuff going to try and cut back underneath off the corner number 2. Not going to quite have the run on it, so McDuff's going to have to lift and refocus here. McDuff just letting it float and then real hard back into the throttle about halfway around the corner. That old Mountain Dew moonshiner, though, still holding his own. Ever since Buckley got around Brian Hacker, he has actually pulled about a half-second gap, called about almost 6 car lengths now between Josh Buckley and Brian Hacker. So Buckley has position number 6. Question is, can he run down Brian Robinson, having the best race of his season so far? Had Eric Stout. John Whitendorf did get around A.J. Hamill. That was about 3 laps ago that John Whitendorf did get around A.J. Hamill. There was no real battle for that spot. A.J. figured he'd let John go up there and try and run down Dalton, and that's exactly what he is doing. Last time by 0.2 of a second quicker for John Whitendorf. John using that unpeculiar line as, he gets a little bit of that turtle down there on the exit of turn 2. He's going to give a little bit of that ground back to Dalton Williamson. 25 laps to go. It'll be 24 at the line here, and John playing with the outside wall, getting really close. How close they both got down to that inside wall down there, that pit road wall down in 3 and 4. Look at the run he's going to get coming down the hill. John is working the wheel here tonight. It's an absolute perfection the way he is dancing with that car. We talked about Robinson. Well, he has run down Eric Stout here. Eric Stout having some handling issues on the 6 rings, racing number 6. Talk about good-looking cars all the time, and we don't always get to see that black and red, white, blue, number 6. But when Stout is here, you absolutely know where his car is. Not sure who did the paint on that number 6, if it was Eric himself or maybe it was Don over at Don Adamsick Design Studios. If it was Don, that is one good-looking car here tonight. Eric trying to do you proud as he has that 6 rings, number 6, sitting there still in the 4th spot, but not for long. The 37 NY of Brian Robinson will look to scoot to the inside here, and he should be able to make that pass. So now Eric Stout back to running 5th. Brian Robinson up to the 4th spot, having a night for the driver out of New York. Nothing's changed out front, though, as you still continue to watch this battle here for the 4th and 5th position. Still Dalton Williamson, it's still Whitendorf and A.J. Hamill out front, your top 3 positions. Watching that 37 NY still here. Looks like a caution flag has come out as car number 14 has gone around. Looks like Brian Bianchi having an issue. Or see if we can get that. Our truck told us they just had a technical difficulty. They had a connection spike down there, so we'll see if we can actually get that rewinded to watch the 14 Massachusetts Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe, number 14, O'Brien Bianchi going around. There we see the 14 already up against the outside wall. We're going to have to do the old school, just use the old dial indicator here, and we don't normally do this, but here we go. Just throw her back into reverse, and what happened? Oh, Brian got into the outside wall. There was nowhere Doyle Lowrance was going to go into that one, as Bianchi just got tangled into the outside wall, and his momentum really slowed. Doyle Lowrance's momentum just stayed up there. And you want to talk about strategy plays for your race fans? A couple drivers came to pit road with 15 laps to go. Dalton Williamson, John Whitendorf, A.J. Hamill, Brian Robinson, Eric Stout, and Johnny Bell all stay out. So 6 drivers stay out. A couple drivers come down. Josh Buckley comes to pit road. Rex Hoyle comes to pit road. Brian Hacker has already been to pit road. Looks like he has put at least 2 tires on. Everybody else looks like they're going to try to go for the 4-tire stop because we still have about 11 laps of racing left here tonight once we go back racing. So Brian Hacker will have 2 tires on the right-hand side of that number 11 Illinois. Brandon Feeney has 2 tires. Doyle Lowrance looks like he had put on 2 tires. Max Terrell put 2 tires on, I believe, and also took some damage repairs to car number 42. He'll restart 10th. Justin McDuff in 11th. Josh Buckley actually came back down pit road in the number 2 entry, so Granny Hips will start back in 12th. We'll see if he can work his way through the field. Remember, he was one of the fastest cars on the speedway. Rex Hoyle also came back down pit road. Sean Single, Brian Bianchi, both on pit road. Michael Trevarthen is a lap down. I say a lap down. That's multiple laps down here, so he will drop to the tail end of the field. Looks like it will be exactly 11 laps to go here. Dalton Williamson going to choose the inside lane. He'll have Whitendorf to his outside. A.J. Hamill will restart there inside row number 2. It's about to be a knock him out, drag him out finish here tonight at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. 12 to go. It'll be 11 to go when the green flag drops as you see the iRacing official pace car go to pit road. John Whitendorf getting a super good start there. We'll have to see how the officials handle that one. Dalton Williamson lagging back maybe just a little bit, playing games between the top 2 spots here. And oh, Dalton going to really send it off. Contact between the top 2. Contact between the top 2. Now it looks like Whitendorf up to the outside there, trying to get back underneath the number 1 of Dalton Williamson. That's the battle for the race lead. Williamson really going to throw the block, going to make John go to the outside here with car 24. 10 laps to go. John's back to the outside on Dalton. He's got the fender. He's got a wheel there. He'll go to the high side down in 1 like he has all night long. Whitendorf just stalking that number 1 of Dalton Williamson. He's going to lose a little ground there. It looks like it's just a very long way around down in turn number 1. The way that the car 24 has been going. But boy, look at these drivers that are cutting up through the field. Here comes Brian Hacker. Here, Eric Stout just lost that spot to him. And then back here, Brandon Feeney, Josh Buckley, and the 42 of Max Terrio are all battling it out. So there's battles all over the place from the top to the bottom of our pylon here tonight. 7 laps to go. Dalton Williamson still your race leader here as Brian Hacker is looking to the inside on Brian Robinson. That'll put Hacker, remember those 2 tires for Brian Hacker, that'll put him running in the 4th position. So he is 4th. He's got his Empire Racing teammate A.J. Hamill out in front of him. Then it's Whitendorf and Williamson. 6 laps to go here tonight at Myrtle Beach. 3 wide just back here for about the 8th position. Brandon Feeney was down to the inside. Johnny Bell went through the middle, and that was the 42 of Max Terrio. That was to the outside there. Everybody kept it going. High 5 at the flag stand. It's that 5 laps to go here, showing 5 fingers from the flag man. Dalton Williamson trying to go back to back here, but will he be able to do it? Justin McDuff just picked up a spot. Ryan Robinson in the 37 NY has dropped back now to running 6th. Brandon Feeney, and oh boy, a little bumper tag back here between all these drivers. 4 laps to go. One of them into the outside wall. That's car number 7, Doyle Lowrance. I wonder if something just broke. Oh, little bumper shot there. Nerf bars. 27 with Johnny Bell into the side of the 42 of Max Terrio. They're still stacked up 2 by 2 back here. That is everything from 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. As here comes Brian Hacker. A.J. Hamill's going to get out of the way with 3 laps to go. A.J. Hamill, the team orders there, knows that the number 11 Illinois of Brian Hacker is actually faster at this point. Popsicle sticks going into the air. 2 laps to go here tonight at Myrtle Beach. Single file out front here. Does Hacker have anything left with that carbon junction? Number 11 Illinois. As they come to take the white flag, it'll be 1 lap to go this time by as they come across. White flag, 1 lap to go, presented by Culpepper's Bakery and Cafe. Eric Stout making a little charge here with Robinson. That's the battle back here for 6th position, but out of turn number 4 for the final time here tonight. Dalton Williamson will pick up the win. It will be Williamson, Whitendorf, Hacker, Hamill, McDuff, your top 5 drivers here. It's going to be Brian Robinson, Eric Stout, Max Terriot rallying back for 8th. Josh Buckley, Johnny Bell rounding out the top 10. Brandon Feeney back into the 11th spot. 12th is going to be Rex Hoyle. Doyle Lowrance back in 13th. Sean Single was 14th. Brian Bianchi in 15th. And Trevarth and Stump, Timmons, Williams, and Minto rounding down the 20-car field here tonight. Winner, it's the young man out of Tampa, Florida. Dalton Williamson going to victory lane here tonight. We're going to an interview with your top 3 drivers after this one here tonight at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back with the post-race show here for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series. Welcome back here, race fans, to the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series, presented by Red Light Racing. 100 laps of racing in the books after a little bit of a rocky start here tonight in South Carolina. The lights were too bright for the stars here tonight, and then they all got it figured out, and we ran a very good race after the first 20 laps of this one here tonight. Dalton Williamson is able to pick up back-to-back wins here at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway as we get ready to go down trackside to talk with your winner. We also have Whitendorf standing by with Brian Hacker standing here also, so let's not make these guys wait any longer. A couple of them still want to go fishing here tonight, race fans, so let's get down there and talk to your top 3 drivers. Starting it out in victory lane here tonight, Dalton Williamson. Dalton, a really quick number 1 once again here at Myrtle Beach. You got this track figured out.
Yeah, man, it's in Concord, like my favorite tracks in these cars. There's something here I have figured out. I will say that I want to say that John there at the end had more than I did. I kind of burnt the right front up off it. They were pushing at the beginning. And kind of apologize for blocking him like that. I was trying to stay out front the best I could. I don't like running like that, but I was trying to do the best I could to win.
A lot of blocking games going on here tonight at Myrtle Beach. A lot of drivers getting some really good runs. But tell us about this track. The turtles down in 1 and 2 really play a big factor. The line that you ran versus the line that John was running back there behind you. 2 different lines here tonight.
It's really a personal preference thing. If you run where John was running, you can get a bigger run up off the corner and, suck to the guy in front of you, or do what I was doing and just run around the bottom and try to make it rotate a little better.
Well, you were able to make it rotate. You were able to make it dance. That is for sure. You kept this BK Paints number 1 car really clean all night long, and you're able to pick up the most laps led, so you're take that little bit of a bonus check home with you also. It's been a good start to the season. You came in tied for 2nd in the points. Leaving here, though, looks like you and Brian Hacker are locked in a dead heat here early on in this season. I mean, it's still a long way to go, but do you think this car has it to go back-to-back championships this year?
That's my goal, man. That's what I'm going to try. I'm hoping. I know it's going to be a tough task with Brian and Empire Racing and all those guys, man. They're a good group of guys to run with, a lot of fun, and I hope me and Brian can duel it out this year. Full this year. I love racing with them.
Well, before we let you go, Dalton, though, a lot of sponsors on the side of this. Number 1, congratulations once again.
First and foremost, BK Paints, Platinum RV Services, McConey Setup Shop, Total Advantage, Rev Esports, Checkered Flag Auto Supply, you guys for broadcasting, Josh, and all the admin, and other than that, not too much.
There you have it. Dalton Williamson going to victory lane, right where he was last year here at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. Congratulations to Dalton for picking up another win here with the Checkered Flag All-Supply SK Modified Series. Finishing, though, in that runner-up spot. John, a great run for car number 24 here. You seem like you had one of the fastest cars out there towards the end of this race. How were you able to save the tires on this 24? Well, it looks like, let's see if we can reestablish communications here with car 24. John, you got us down there? And I'm going to go with the answer is that microphone is not working for John Whitendorf. So we'll see if we can catch back up with car number 24 here in just a couple of moments. We'll head down to the guy that's just standing over here to my left, Brian Hacker. Hacker, the sun's still shining down there in Illinois, but here at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway, the stars are out, and this car is on the podium. A good late race charge there as you came down pit road. Was it 2 tires or 4 tires on this Carbon Junction, number 11, Illinois?
It was 2 tires, and it was pure luck to get to where we were. One of those early incidents, I got a fair amount of damage and thought about coming in early to fix it, and I didn't do it, and I regretted it. And when we came down to get tires, it had quite a bit, I think between 40 and 50 seconds worth of damage, which is quite a bit in these cars. So lucky to get it back up to third. We definitely didn't have a shot at the win. Just happy to recover after a poor qualifying effort.
Yeah, tell what happened there in qualifying with this group, because it was way down the boards. I believe it was somewhere outside the top 10, closer to what, 15th position?
Yeah, we started 15th. I tapped the wall coming off of 4, just wouldn't count that lap, and then it slowed me down big time heading into 1. So it was a pretty poor qualifying effort. I hate starting in the back and having to work my way up to the front. It seems like I always get caught up in something that happens right in front of us, and that happened again tonight. We were just fortunate enough to salvage it.
And you salvaged it to finish here on the podium. Up 12 spots. You were the biggest mover of this race, though, Hacker. So congratulations on that one as you hacked your way back through for a good finishing position. But I know the pond is calling, the fishing rod is out, and the sun's still up. So who do you got to thank here tonight?
Yeah, we're running out of daylight the further we get into the season. But thanks to the ERT guys. Justin had a pretty good recovery himself. AJ finished 4th. Chris, with his debut tonight, set fast time, had some unfortunate luck, but all of us, I think, had a pretty strong showing at some point or another. Carbon Junction, Narrative Coffee, Pathfinder Chassis, Checkered Flag Auto Supply for doing this. Kudos to Dalton for winning this thing. He's going to make it hard on everybody again this year, so hopefully, like he said, we can kind of duel it out. Thanks to you, thanks to the guys that put this thing on, and thanks to everybody out there watching. My wife, Al Smith, if he's watching. He's not my wife, but you know what I mean. And no thanks to Wayne McDuff.
Well, there it is, race fans. Brian Hacker just hit the bombshell. His wife's name may be Al Smith. I don't know. That's what he said, race fans. If you rewind it 10 seconds, you might be able to hear that once again. But congratulations to Brian Hacker for rounding down our podium here. Let's see if we can get another word back in here. Let's see if John Whitendorf has his ears on here tonight. Big John, do you got us here this time?
Hello.
Well, there he is, race fans, John Whitendorf. John, a great run here for this car, number 24 tonight. It was really fast at the end of this one. What did you need out of this car to take the race win?
I needed some more tire at the end. I used them all up trying to pass Dalton on that restart. I thought I might have had him. He slid up into me a little bit, kind of moved me up the track a little bit. Other than that, like you said, is the blocking. That's fine. It's just the way it goes. But still a lot of fun. Dodged a lot of wrecks out there tonight.
Yeah, it was kind of a battle of nutrition at the beginning of this race here tonight at Myrtle Beach, but a great run for you, especially after being out of the car so long here and finally coming back here last week and then this week really having a good showing. What did you have to do to the whole program to re-overhaul it to have such good competitive cars like you did here tonight?
Yeah, it's still kind of slow out there, honestly. I mean, it started mid-pack, actually, towards the back tonight. And so it's going to take a little while to get the pace back, but, usually make pretty good decisions in the race. And if we can do that and dodge the wrecks, usually we can get a decent finishing position.
That's exactly what you did here tonight. John, congratulations on your second place finish. Is there anybody you got to shout out back home?
I just want to thank you and and the admins for putting this on. So it's always fun.
There you hear it from your second place finisher tonight. It is John Weitendorf coming home with car number 24 in second. He had the fastest car at the end of this race. He was, even that last lap, was 1/10 of a second quicker than the guy who's going to be in victory lane here tonight, Dalton Williamson, of course, picking up that checkered flag. Take a quick look at your rundown of your standings here. After this one, there you see it, Williamson out front, Weitendorf right there in second with Hacker in third. Hamill rebounding and holding on to a top 5 spot here tonight, but it was fourth for the driver out of New York or Vermont, wherever he is residing from here tonight. We're not quite sure, just like he's not. So that'll be his fourth place finish of the season. Justin McDuff rebounded to finish 5th. Brian Robinson was 6th. Eric Stout was 8th with Max Terrill there in. Eric Stout was 7th. Max Terrill was in the 8th position. Josh Buckley was 9th, and Johnny Bell rounds out your top 10 field runners here tonight. A great showing by everybody here at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. But for everybody at the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, everybody with Red Light Racing, my name is Roger Muth with the Turn 3 Racing Network. We hope you enjoyed the show here tonight at Myrtle Beach. We will catch you just next week when we head to the Lucas Oil Raceway. Till we see you there, race fans, everybody stay safe, and we will see you at the races.